Good morning, soul pleasers. I wanted to just share a very quick little story with you about something that's gone on for me the last couple of days, and it really highlighted how worrying about something doesn't fix it, which I'm sure you realise, but letting it go can actually allow things to fall into place in a way, hi Hayley, in a way that possibly you couldn't have managed yourself if you had tried. Because when we're trying, we're coming from an energy space of pushing and we're actually resisting what's actually happening. Hi, Carla. And so it's really important. Hi, Hayley. It's really great for us to be able to recognize when we're worrying so that as soon as we become aware of the sensation that's hooked into worrying, we can release it and then we allow things to fall into place. So this is a really small example, but my daughter is in Japan at the moment and she messaged me the flight details of when she's arriving. And right at her arrival time, I had 2 calls booked back to back. And so the only way that I would be able to go and pick her up would be to reschedule one of those calls. And a part of me wanted to, the ego part of me, that personality, that part of us that keeps us stuck in guilt, felt terrible that I didn't already know that that's when she was arriving. She's been gone for 2.5 weeks. And so I should have already had that in my calendar so that I didn't allow any calls to be booked in at that time. But I didn't, of course. And then the other part of me was feeling like a nuisance to contact the person who had booked in the call and change the call with them. Hi, Lynn. And so there were all these conflicting thoughts coming up about it, which are my pattern. They're my pattern from my conditioning way back from when I used to not feel good enough and therefore always want approval. So if you kind of analyse what was going on in my head here, I wanted to keep my daughter happy and I wanted to keep my clients happy who have calls booked in with me. And so I was torn between, how I was going to make that happen. And so then I became aware. I became aware of what was going on and I just relaxed into it and just let it go and decided that I would just think about what I was going to do the next day. So that was yesterday. So this morning I've woken up and the client who is booked in, who I would need to contact to change his appointment so that I could go and pick up my daughter, messaged me and said, could we please change the appointment? So we've changed his appointment on his request. I've contacted my daughter and she is delighted because it's going to work out perfectly and I can get to the airport at exactly the right time. So it's a real example of what happens when you let go. So if you feel like you're trying to control everything all the time, it might feel really scary to let go because we are so used to being in charge and controlling everything. But I've had lots of examples like this happen where when I actually surrender and let go, things work out just perfectly. So I just wanted to share that little example with you and see whether you might be able to apply it to something in your life right now. Is there something that you're worrying about and is there something that you're trying to control? And if so, maybe you can let it go and just allow it to evolve and see what happens. So thank you so much to Lynn and Hayley and Carla for joining me. So great to have you here. So you're in South America. Oh, how wonderful. I love seeing where you are, Lynn. You're having such a great time. Lots of love to you all and we'll speak soon. Hi, Hayley. Great timing, of course. You let go of control of something this morning. Yeah, you always just watch the video or hear the message at the perfect timing. So thank you, Hayley, for sharing. Have a great day, guys. See you soon.